guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about manifestation techniques and why you might feel like manifestation might not be working for you. So the first thing I wanted to talk about was you need to get focused on what you're manifesting or what you're trying to achieve. If you're trying to achieve a new car, a person, or a job, you need to be specific. It's not enough just to say you want a new car. So like, what color is your new car? What brand is your new car? Like, is it a Toyota? Is it a Kia? Is it a Lexus? Is it a Porsche? If you're manifesting an apartment, for example, then you would want to make sure visualizing enough or putting enough detail into this. So where is it that you want to live? Do you have an idea? Like, do you have a street? It's not enough to say, I want a new apartment. To give instructions to the universe as to what specifically that you want to manifest, because otherwise you're just going to get anything. You're just going to get a rundown apartment or a shoebox apartment, right? So if you're trying to manifest an apartment, you could, go on Pinterest and check out the type of furniture that you want to have in your apartment. Or say if you're manifesting a person. If you're manifesting a person, you don't want just any person, right? You must have like an ideal, but it's not enough to be an ideal, because you need to be more specific. Does this person have blonde hair? Does this person have brown hair? Do they have blue eyes, green eyes, brown eyes? Do they have a sister? When I was manifesting my husband, what I did was I had a list of things that I wanted. I wrote down 10 traits that are non-negotiable. So actually on that list, I put that I wanted my husband to have a sister, because I just think men are so much easier when they have a sister, because they grew up with that sensitivity of having that female energy around and being, aware of that person and not to hurt their feelings. Whereas like people who grew up with only brothers are absolutely feral. But anyway, so that's just an example of how specific you want it to be. I know it sounds crazy, but example, 10 things, right? So you write them down on a list, and this is instructions to the universe of what you're attracting, what kind of frequency you need to be on. But yes, I can make a whole nother video on this if you guys want. Next, after the specific ideas of what you want for your job, your apartment, your person, or whatever it is that you're manifesting, you're going to go on to a specific timeline. You're going to give yourself a date. Be specific about when you want to achieve this by. So is it you want it by in a month from now? Do you want it by a year from now? But this gives you a guideline, and it also helps you rework your brain so that when you are manifesting this ideal goal, that you're going to be able to reach it by a certain timeline. You're making it more concrete by giving it a time or a date. Simply being specific is letting the universe or God know that you are serious and that you really truly want this. Not only that, like being specific about your manifestation goals helps you visualize better, right? So it allows you to see or put yourself in a situation. For example, going back to manifesting a car. So some people will even actually do this, but they will go to the dealership and they test drive the car. And I think this is a fantastic idea, because allowing you to feel what it's like to have it in 3D form before you've already had it is an amazing way to really put yourself in there and be like, wow, this is what it feels like to sit in a car that I want. This is what it feels like to drive or turn the steering wheel, or like this is what the chairs feel like, right? So we want to get as specific as possible so that we can match the energies or align ourselves to the things that we want. The next thing I want to talk about is when you are manifesting, you need to focus on raising your frequency. And what I mean by this is that there's that chart with like, the spiral that tells you, grief, shame, pain, hatred, it's like lower, right? And then as you move up the spectrum, it's like acceptance. And then there's, joy, and then happiness, love. And as you're moving up the spiral, it's, positive emotions. And this is not to say that you need to be positive all the time, every single moment of your life. But we're human beings and we are on a spectrum of emotions. So it's okay to have a negative day or a negative feelings, you know, sadness. Everybody is going through something, but it's really understanding where you are and where you want to be. And with that, you need to focus on really taking care of yourself. Ways to raise your frequency would be through meditation, right? That's a really fast way to raise your frequency, actually. And I know a lot of you are going to say, I don't meditate, or I don't know how, or it's really hard, but you really do need to try, because it's the way that you can ground yourself and you can be at peace with yourself. And I would recommend meditation in the beginning of the day, just because it sets the whole tone for your day. Versus, guys, I'm so sorry, I ran out of space on my memory card. Anyway, back to it. So meditation. So if you can't even meditate for, 10 minutes, try 5 minutes. And I have a tough time meditating sometimes, or getting out of my head. So what I do is I go on YouTube and I'll look up 5-minute meditation and something like that, and simply building on it every day. So doing 5 minutes and then 7 minutes and slowly working your way up. But that is the key to starting your day with a high vibrational frequency. Next thing that I wanted to mention was increasing your vibration through drinking water. Getting enough sleep, and at least 7-8 hours of sleep a night would help, and it would do you wonders. Another way to raise your frequency would be to move every day, as in like work out. You don't have to go to the gym. Something simple as, taking a walk around the park. Working out is so important, especially for someone like me. If you are in your head a lot and you're always thinking, you are going to get in the way of your own manifestation. I'm telling you that now. So the best thing for you to do is get out of your head and get into your body by incorporating some type of physical activity every day, just to, move and, stop thinking for a second, and just really take that action to just put yourself first and focus on breathing. Like, as you're doing yoga or as you're doing a plank, you're not gonna be thinking about like how stressed you are or what you need to get done. You're gonna be focusing on trying not to die in that moment. Another way to raise your frequency would be through gratitude, being currently grateful for the things that you already have. I know it's hard, because sometimes you're in a situation where you're like, no, like I don't feel really happy about anything that I have right now. But there is so much to be grateful for. The fact that we're alive, the fact that, our family members support us, love us. We have at least one friend that we can count on. That's a lot to be grateful for. And, food to eat, or having money in our bank accounts to be able to buy something, whether how little that might be. It's just like those moments of gratitude that we should have for little things, even though it might not be like such a huge thing. To be grateful is the fastest way to raise your frequency, because it allows you to focus in the present moment, and that's the only thing that we can control, how we feel in this present moment. Another thing that I would recommend to raise your frequency would be to journal. The reason why I recommend this is because it allows you to just expend all your thoughts, negative, positive, neutral, anything that you're feeling or you're going through. You're going to be able to write it out and journal it and let it all out. Make sure you have it in a safe spot. If you don't like writing, you could always open your notes on your iPhone and just completely go crazy. The reason why I would recommend this is because, like I mentioned earlier, we have a spectrum of emotions, and we are multi-dimensional human beings, which means that we have a lot of emotions that we feel every single day. Able to just get that all out and really cleanse your mind, and to start a brand new day with fresh mindset. And something about writing it down just gives you a chance to clear your mind and give you a new slate. The last thing I would say to raise your frequency that is very important, I know it's difficult, but you need to forgive. Louise Hayes, the author of, what is the book? You Can Heal Your Life. So in the book, You Can Heal Your Life, she talks about how if you are holding resentment or anger against somebody else or yourself, or you're feeling negative in some type of way and you just can't figure it out, it's most likely because you need to forgive yourself or forgive others. Did somebody do something to you? Do you feel hurt in a way where you can express yourself about a situation, that happened a while ago? Do you feel regret, or do you punish yourself for something that you've been going through or that had happened to you, and you feel like shame against the situation? If that's the case, then these things are going to be holding you back from your manifestations. It's like a blockage, like a wall that just sits there between the things that you want and yourself. So if you feel like that's something that you need to work on, there are tons of shadow work prompts or journaling or that you can look up to totally heal that shadow side of yourself, get you on the path of forgiveness. The last thing I want to mention when it comes to manifestation is that you need to learn to detach and let go. I know. I have so much problems with detaching and letting go just because I'm simply like an overthinker. I have trouble with this too. But detaching or letting go is surrendering to the universe and knowing that there's a greater plan out there for you, and that you can want the things you want, but you're going to let it out and free into the universe, and it's going to manifest or come back in a way. Maybe not in the way that you expected or that you wanted, but it's going to come back in the best way possible that's meant for your greatest good. For example, when you are ordering an Amazon package, when you go online and you scroll through, you find the thing that you want, add it to your cart, and you place the order, right? You're not checking like every 5 minutes afterwards, hey, is this still coming? Is this still coming? You just trust and you surrender and you let go to the universe, right? The one that's actually really helpful for me was because I was having trouble with surrendering and letting go as well too. It's comparison to sitting at a restaurant, placing your order, and you're like, I want the steak and fries, right? You're not gonna follow the waitress. You're not gonna follow the waitress to the back of the restaurant to see, hey, are you guys cooking my meal back there? Like, when is it gonna be ready? When is it gonna be ready? You're stressing at the table, like, are they gonna bring it for me? No, you're not gonna be doing that. You're gonna trust and know that the waitress or waiter is going to be bringing your food, and you're going to be enjoying it. And in the meantime, you're just waiting, having conversation with your friends or whoever you're hanging out with or on a date with. It's simply comparison to that type of surrender and let go. Obviously, it's so much easier said than done. However, that's the type of energy that needs to be put out for your manifestations to come through. But yeah, that's all I have for now. So if you guys have any video ideas or tips, please let me know down in the comments. But if you like this video, please comment, subscribe, or give me a like. Until next time, thank you so much.